5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What are you doing? Interviewing?
No, I'm gonna do my opening.
Oh.
Yeah, but you can be in it, doesn't matter.
You want an ugly guy in it?
That's fine. Welcome to episode 2 of This Month in American Rallying. We're at Perce-Neige, and this is the first of the 2 rallies we're reviewing this month, and it's bloody cold in Canada, so welcome to Canada! The 52nd running of Rally Perce-Neige at the beginning of February was home to the newly formed American Rally Association's inaugural 2017 season opener. Sharing the snowy and icy stages with the long-standing Canadian Rally Championship around Maniwaki, Quebec, all eyes were on the battle royale at hand. Subaru Rally Team USA versus Subaru Rally Team Canada, David Higgins and Travis Pastrana, with a combined 11 Rally America titles between them versus Antoine Lestage, a 9-time Canadian champion, once a Rally America champion, and 7 North American titles to his name. This was truly a North American battle for the ages. As this nail-biting action was taking place, American Rallying saw the return of both Bill Bacon and Crazy Leo. Bill Bacon, the 2010 runner-up in the Rally America Championship, was co-driven by Greg Dorman. The team is looking to compete at all of ARA's events this season. While waiting for their new build, the team utilized the Arrive and Drive package from Rocket Rally for Perce-Neige. Even with a few issues during the rally, they successfully clinched first place in the restricted open 4-wheel drive class and finished 4th overall in the standings. Ahead of them and 3rd in the overall standings was Crazy Leo, who successfully won the CRC round but also finished 1st in the production 4-wheel drive class. By driving a smooth and controlled race in both their comebacks, Bill Bacon and Crazy Leo proved that their time away from rallying definitely did not diminish their speed, skills, and talent. In the open 2-wheel drive category, the battle between 2016 rivals Cameron Steely and Ryan Millen picked up from where they left off last season, and this year definitely looks to be an exciting one for both drivers. An issue on the Super Special for Cameron Steely cost him 9 minutes, which put him out of contention for the top step, but overall, the team managed to still be competitive and finish second to Millen's Toyota RAV4. Millen, who has teamed up with the vastly experienced Rhiannon Gelsomino for the season, had this to say regarding his outlook for the rally at Parc Exposé. What's your expectation for the rally?
This one's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the season. It's such an icy event.
Right.
We're kind of looking again at the big picture and winning the championship. So sometimes that's a second place. I think this one's a finish first.
Sure.
That's first finish.
Absolutely.
And drive to survive. So, I think it's just playing the long game and just driving 80%, just leaving something on the table.
Okay.
Just being smart.
Absolutely.
It's tough because a lot of these guys here, there's a lot of quick Canadians that have done this event.
Right.
It's like internally you want to push and you want to beat them and show how great the RAV4 is. But in some regards, sometimes it's like big picture. It's a big day.
Right.
It's a lot of miles. Not a lot for me. I'm used to desert racing where I do 600 mile stints.
Sure.
But 150 miles on these kind of conditions, they're slippery. They're far more mentally draining than any of the other events. Rhiannon's going to be calling notes a lot further ahead, so I got to be really
Ready,
paying
prepared.
attention and listening. And they're long stages, 30 Ks is nearly 20 miles. That's a big stage.
Yeah,
so.
and you have 3 of them back to back.
Yeah.
26, 32, 27, something like that.
Not a lot of service between that. So, we're carrying double tires, spares, and,
You need the weight, don't you?
yeah, I need a little more weight.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thanks so much, Ryan.
Cool, thank you
We'll
very
catch up with you later on. All right. Ryan definitely stayed true to his word and kept the pace smooth and steady to win the rally in 2-wheel drive. Also, a good clean drive from Dave Wallingford in his Fiesta saw him take 3rd place in the category. Be sure to look out for Dave as he aims to tackle WRC's Rally Mexico in March.
They're right in it, Chief.
Your open four-wheel drive class winners for ARA's Round 1 were David Higgins and Craig Drew, followed by Travis Pastrana and Robbie Durant, both in 2017 Subaru WRX STIs, followed by Boris Georgievich and John Hall in their 2009 Mitsubishi Evo 10. The restricted open four-wheel drive podium had all three drivers in Subaru WRX STIs, starting with winners Bill Bacon and Greg Dorman. In second were Jeremy Norris and Brian Johnson, and third was clinched by Perce-Neige and Christos Koukas. The production four-wheel drive podium, also in Subarus, were Crazy Leo and Alex Gakuki-Hirani in first, and Eric Grachowski and Keith Morrison in second. The open two-wheel drive podium was Toyota's Ryan Millen and Rhiannon Gelsomino, followed by the Fiesta of ODD Racing's Cameron Steely and Preston Osborne, and rounded out by Dave Wallingford and Leanne Janila in another Fiesta. Your overall winners were David Higgins and Craig Drew, Travis Pastrana and Robbie Durant, and Crazy Leo and Alex Gakuki-Hirani. This next segment gives us all hope for the future of rallying. Check it out.
That's your son?
Yep.
Yeah, what's his name?
Xander.
Xander. And how long has he come to rallying?
I come in the rally every time. He's 2 years old and we come in the race.
Nice.
Like me, my dad do a drag racing.
Yeah.
And every drag I go with him when I'm young boy. So I try to translate the same result to my sons.
Absolutely. Thank you, merci.
A kid with a cool name like Xander is surely destined to hit the stages. In our interview this month, I decided to talk to someone who isn't a rally driver or a crew member, but rather two individuals whose commitment and support helps our rallies be successful. I'm talking about Douglas Bolduc and James Casella, part volunteers, part media. These guys are a dedicated set of volunteers who also take some fantastic photographs and videos. Let's hear what they had to say. Hello and welcome to This Month in American Rallying. Today my guests with me are Douglas Bolduc of Dagger Slade Media and James Casella. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you for having us, Akash.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, great. All right, so Douglas, we'll start with you. You both were up at Perce-Neige at the beginning of this month, and this was your first snow rally, right? What'd you think of it?
It was an amazing time. First time going to a snow event, so it definitely presented its challenges. I've been to many snow rally crosses before, so I definitely had some experience in cold weather for shooting purposes, and also for, wearing cold weather gear. Of course, that also presented other issues with trying to get around in that amount of clothing, which kind of was like, trucking up the hills was a bit of a challenge. But definitely was an amazing time. It was great to be able to see a whole different group of rallyists that I never really got to see, going to Rally America and NASA Rally Sport events. But yeah, definitely would look forward to going to that again if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, that was definitely the first snow event, and that was pretty amazing. I've gone to 3 New England Forest rallies and ESPR, and just the difference between the gravel and the snow is quite extraordinary. Probably one of my favorite things to go see.
Absolutely.
Because cars just slide so much better through the corners and all that.
Now, you mostly volunteer at at gravel events, as you mentioned, and this time you're more of a spectator at Perce-Neige. So when you're out there with your cameras, what's your setup like? Are there any differences have you found between setting up on gravel versus snow? Is there anything different you do?
Yeah, definitely. When you go to each location there and you try and find a nice little spot to film, you always try and find something that has a really good angle of the cars coming around, something with good visibility, somewhere they can look down each end of the stage. But then you also have to look around for what kind of objects are nearby. Like, are there any ditches? Are there trees, rocks? And then even at the snow events, you have to consider, is the ground I'm standing on, is that solid? Is it really soft? Will I be slipping and falling? Because one of the things you do need to make sure of is definitely getting out of the way. And you would think that in a snow event in a nice open field, you could probably get away, but that snow just really slows you down when you need to escape. Whereas in a gravel event, you'll be near the trees and all that, and you might just have to avoid trees or sticks and just avoid stuff that way as well.
I would say that if I were to say what differences there were, gravel events, I'm more concerned about dust getting into the camera, so I might like get one of those dust bags. At times, it helps, but other times it's not that big of a deal. But at a snow event, there's no dust, so essentially the only issue is going to be the cold if you're in a really cold climate. I actually like that, so I didn't have to worry about doing any major damage to the camera.
So, this year with a lot of the rallies being split between ARA and RA, do you plan on trying to go attend some of the new events like Southern Ohio Forest Rally?
Definitely, I'd be interested if it's within reasonable driving distance, and for me, that's like under 10 hours, and that's even a long distance for me. I try to go 5 hours as my happy medium. The event that I'm definitely interested in going to this year is Mount Washington, the hill climb. They have that every 3 years, and David Higgins is looking to beat his old time of 6 minutes and 9 seconds. He wants to get under 6 minutes, so I'm definitely looking forward to that event. I think it's in July. So.
We'll see about that. I've been trying to aim for New England Forest Rally, and then they have the Mount Washington Hill Climb coming up, so that is definitely one I will be going to. And I might be in the area for the Southern Ohio Forest Rally there, so I might end up going to that. We'll see about how my whole schedule works out.
Yeah, that would actually be good because it's a new event. It hasn't been run in many years, I guess probably before we were born. It's definitely something new to check out and see how the cars and the drivers do on new roads that no one's ever seen before. So as volunteers and guys who also take some awesome shots of rally cars, you both are definitely aware of the fact that working a rally means working safe, making sure spectators do not stand in places which aren't safe per se. Do you think after what happened in Monte Carlo this year that people will be much more diligent and not risk their safety over Facebook likes and YouTube views?
I mean, honestly, that's what I would hope would happen. But I mean, we can't guarantee because it also depends on how much they've seen of the video and how much they realize safety is a huge aspect of where they are. Because a lot of them, they almost just don't care. They just want to be right there at the car, and so they'll just stick themselves in that bad position just because they want that shot. And I just don't think it ever occurs to them that it means so much more than just a shot. I mean, if you sitting on the outside of the corner, there's the risk that I mean, sometimes there's other people involved, but I mean, it's just everyone's need to get that one shot isn't necessarily worth their life for in case something bad happens. So I mean, I hope people are looking at all these safety warnings and they do take them to heart because we're not just saying it to say it for the insurance. We really mean like, hey, don't stand there. If something were to happen, that ruins our day as well. So any spectator, driver, just anyone involved in the rally, that affects them too if something bad were to happen.
Okay, so what would you say is the most dangerous spot that you've been in yourself at any given time?
I was at one location where it was at Black River Stages 2012, and there's actually video of it. There was a car that was coming in, and I guess the intercoms were not working on the car, so the guy couldn't, like the co-driver couldn't tell the driver that he needed to stay right at a jump, so he cut in and he essentially barrel rolled the car like 3 times, and he came close to hitting a bunch of the spectators on the right side as he clipped a big rock. So as I was watching the car come up over the rise, I was taking a couple pictures, and I'm like, I feel my safety might be in, be at risk at the moment. So I'm going to stop taking pictures and watch this car, see where it's going, and then take pictures after it goes past me. I would say that's probably the most action I've seen issue-wise. I mean, a big crash in a spectator area, I mean, people are in danger just because you don't know where the car is going to land. Luckily, nobody got injured, and the drivers were the co-driver and driver were okay.
At New England Forest Rally on last weekend, there's one site that was pretty much inside of the corner was a small kind of like a quarry area. So the cars come racing in towards it, and they make a turn and just drop downhill and then race up the side. Just the natural location of it set up, it was supposed to be like a spectator area, but if you're too close to that course there, any of those cars could have pretty much come and got you.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the runs, I stood right up near by the tape, and Travis Pastrana ended up coming on down over the hill and ended up getting just a couple inches off my feet. So I think that one was one of the more, it doesn't seem too bad, and then of course you have a guy like him just come right on through and almost take your feet out.
Must have made the hair stand up on your ends, huh?
Just a bit.
And my final question, every fan or volunteer has at some point wanted to get behind the wheel, and I know James, you are definitely working hard with the Piscataqua Rally team. When do we see you drive or co-drive?
It really depends on if I can actually get everything to going. I pretty much created the team just to keep myself in check and trying to keep track of my own progress and all that. But I do hope that I can get racing on the stages pretty soon. Last year was my first year of actually going out and doing rally crosses. So I was able to get the car repaired and get into a state where I'd be comfortable kind of beating it up a bit. And this year should be a good year of a couple runs with hopefully the New England region. But of course, weather plays a part. Looks like the next 2 events are going to be canceled because of lack of snow and lack of winter. But there could be some changes coming up, so we'll see on if I can get more events in. But hopefully I can be driving on the stages within the next couple years.
Nice.
For me, driving, I don't think is ever going to be in the books. Co-driving was at one time, but I don't know if I could really handle being in the car while it's doing all the acrobatics that it's doing and being able to recite back the pace notes. I'm sure if it came down to it, I could probably manage it and figure it out. But right now, my main purpose being involved in rally is to be a rally photographer. I'm basically doing what I wanted to do to start out with. One of my favorite things about being a photographer at rallies is that when you get to know the middle of the pack and below, they're very appreciative. Of course, everybody else is appreciative as well, but it's like they're very happy to get pictures because it's something that it's their dream that they've been wanting to do for a really long time. So being able to have a record of it and seeing how they perform compared to other drivers, that kind of thing. And one of the other things that I really liked from being a photographer in racing on a whole is I've had people tell me that they've changed setups in their car because of how their car looked in a corner. They said, I want to change my sway bars because my car was lifting a wheel, or my car was squatting too much, or my car was rolling too much. So they can see in a corner how I'm shooting, and they can see what the car looks like. I mean, it's sometimes it's better than a video. Sure. Because when you freeze frame it, it's like it's there. You can see what it is. And like I said, I've had at least two to three people telling me that they've changed the setup on their car because of some of my pictures that I've taken. So.
Well, that's really that must be a really good feeling when a lot of the teams do that. based on your work. So that's fantastic, and it was great having you guys on here. I hope we can definitely meet up some more and talk rally when we meet next time.
All right, thank you very much for having us, Akash.
Make sure to spread the word about this month in American rallying to all your friends, colleagues, and coworkers. So,
Oh, definitely.
all right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
That was a great talk with Douglas and James. Make sure to give them a thumbs up next time you drive by them at breakneck speeds. And with that, we wrap up our second episode. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Due to a lack of entries, the rally sprint in New Jersey did not take place, and so we were unable to review that event. In the meantime, don't forget to support this web series by liking, subscribing, and sharing each episode on your social media. Next month, I shall be reviewing NASA Rally Sports Sandblast Rally in Cheraw, South Carolina, which as of now has over 80 entries, and Rally America's 100-acre wood from Salem, Missouri. Press on regardless till then, and keep sending in your videos and interviews if you want them to be featured on the show. Au revoir for now.